Lauren is brought down at her short field.
Player of the game, senior libero Lauren Riskin
has control.
Championship district tournaments, we have it here on STSPN.
Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Memorial Stadium. Amp Harrell here with you, joined by Todd Elvig, who is, well, making the magic happen as the Jackson Timberwolves come into Veterans Memorial Stadium to take on the Glacier Peak Grizzlies, ranked number 10 in the state, by the way. Big matchup here specifically for Glacier Peak. Only 1-0 in the league in WESCO 4A, but 5-1 overall. Jackson 0-3. Some of the outlets had them as 0-4 in the league, but 0-3. So a big opportunity to climb out of the cellar here for Jackson, coming in on whiteout night for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. GP enjoying a very impressive run here, and run they do with River Lean, and of course their standout tailback Trey Lackner, the junior. Actually, I keep thinking he's a senior, but Lackner will carry this team as far as he can. But a solid cast of supporters, offensive and defensive linemen, tacklers abound for this GP squad. It's a whiteout night, so the fans that are here will be decked out in white. GP will be the home team, but will be dressed as the visitors in the white on white with the silver hats and the navy blue numbers. Now, the visitors from Jackson in the all black, they're coming off a tough loss last week. They played on Saturday against Lake Stevens and took one on the chin at home by a mark of 91-6, your final. We'll step aside to honor America with the national anthem here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Back after this. Back here to the Veterans Memorial Stadium in Snohomish. Amp Harrell here, Todd Elvig there, and you, well, wherever you are, as Glacier Peak plays host to Jackson. Now, I mentioned this is an important matchup for specifically GP. Jackson, of course, trying to get their first league win, but things are a little squirrely in 4A because the 4A West side will set up 11 games and fill 11 slots into the WIAA bracket, but for those keeping an eye on the standings and all of that, GP is actually third in WESCO 4A. Kamiak 2-0, 6-0. Lake Stevens 2-0, 5-0. GP is 1-0, 5-1. Mariner 1-2, 3-3, and Jackson 0-3, 2-5 overall. So staying unbeaten, staying perfect in WESCO on the minds of the GP Grizzlies here as they look up at Lake Stevens and Kamiak with some big games left on the schedule. Now, if the playoffs were to start tonight, as we have our coin toss on the screen, we don't know where the 4A schools would go. We don't know that yet, but we do have some scenarios for, say, Snohomish High and the 3A schools in WESCO. And as it stands right now, as the decision is deferred to the second half, of course, so looks like GP will have it to start the second half of play once again.
Yeah, I have an insider information for you.
Check that. GP will actually receive. It was Jackson that deferred the opening coin toss. What's your insider info, sir?
Well, I can't say where I got it, but if Snohomish loses tonight, that means that they will have a home game next week. Glacier Peak's already playing here, so I have it under good authority that they will be playing on Saturday. And if they are, we will be broadcasting it.
Ah. Yeah, if Monroe beats Snohomish, and there's a little help from Edmonds Woodway, Monroe would be number 1 in the South. Edmonds Woodway would be 2. Snohomish would be 3 by the number draw. And if Snohomish wins and Edub beats Mount Lake Terrace, Shorecrest beats Shorewood, Linwood beats Meadowdale, then Snohomish would wind up the number 1 seed overall in the 3A South. So a lot of moving parts this late in the season.
There is. Now, I'm not sure if Kamiak is or is not all that, because they had to take some COVID time off, and it would be nice to see if they would play somebody that's really good to see what they're worth.
Yeah, that's a valid point. That is a very valid point indeed, as Jackson will tee this one up. And this is my first look at Jackson on the gridiron. I did, if you are a loyal STSPN viewer and have hit that bell to subscribe, then you would have seen Jackson in an absolute honey of a 5-set volleyball match just about a week and a half ago. You're underway with a line drive kick. And a careful return set up here up the right side. Has a hole, needs to get the edge and does. Gets a good block to the outside. Gabe Russell cuts it up this way. And finally taken down from behind at the 40. But what a run. Is that Gabe Russell, really?
Flag on the field, though.
Probably a block in the back. I think I saw it back behind the play. And Russell is hopping off, favoring his left leg. So keep an eye on that as well. Penalty will mark off against Glacier Peak, and we'll get things started. At this point in the season, we know what we're getting with GP. No surprises here. Riverline, a steady dose of 15, Trey Lechner, and some other options around the football. A lot of size up front. I don't know a whole lot about Jackson. I can honestly say I was not in attendance for that Saturday game against Lake Stevens. But we will see what hand we are dealt here, as I see among others Amandeep Bansal up on the line, undersized on the near side of your screen. Pistol set, offset. Motion comes in front. That's Caps. Snap, option. Around the edge goes Lechner. Plenty of room to run. And he will spin and dance and drive into positive territory. That is a first down and more. A gain of about 19 on the run. Slow developing play, but they just let that option go. You had to have somebody read the keys and go with the quarterback on that delay option. And Riverline takes the lick, but a first down. GP likely content to just run clock and run the ball. Ginch back left, 2 receivers that way. Caps in motion again. They will give to him on the jet. Good block. Nice block and a big run. Caps gets out in front of everybody, and nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, Caps. Caps to the house, a 45-yard jet sweep. Give him 6. Excuse me, not Caps, it's Claps. Jaden Claps. Either way, it's 6-0. Glacier Peak already on top. 2 plays, and they will drive the field. Got to give credit for one of the mashers up front there in Baxter Cox. 6'3", 270, and a Diet Fanta. On for point is McAfee. And whistles. The hold of Caleb Koffler. Leave the man over the football. The long snapper is Ben Kirshner. Penalty appears to be against the Jackson Timberwolves, and it is declined. Huh. All right. No, it is not declined. I don't know what's going on here, but now we'll wiggle back the other way.
It looks like it was against GP.
Well,
No?
I saw the declined motion, so maybe it just was all much ado about nothing. Hard count on the extra point try. It is up, and it is good. New score, just over 1 minute into the game. 10:59 left in the first. 7-0 GP on STSPN.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
Back to it. We are 1 minute and 1 second into regulation here. A special shout out to Maury, the movie guy, who swore to me he'd be listening tonight. 7-0, the GP Grizzlies with the lead over the Jackson Timberwolves. And, well, the line and the speed of Glacier Peak made that look way too easy. Let's see what the visitors from down Mill Creek Way have to say about this on offense. Jackson a little light on numbers this season. That one taken at about the 4, and then they'll go with the reverse. And it's not good for much. It'll get about 14. So that is where the Jackson Timberwolves will have it. 1st and 10. This is a stout defense for GP, led up front by Austin Elmore, Jordan Yandilla, Joe Johnson. A lot of beef to move out of the way. Pistol set for the Wolves. 4-3 is the look from this defense. Speed option to the edge. And a decent gain for Hawkeye Delgado, their freshman quarterback.
You were just dying to wait to say Hawkeye.
I could not wait, because what a name. What an outstanding name. And it's just a straight quarterback option around the edge. Plenty of speed, but meet you at the quarterback. Grayson LaFleur, says the broadcaster, and Ryder Wilkinson. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Swings it out near side on a screen and blown up. Nuh-uh. Tailback on the reception, Jaden Dogan, but no, sir. I believe among those getting there, Torrey Watkins. Had two dudes there wearing the other color jersey while he was just kind of waiting for the ball to get there. Loss of, call it 2.5, and quickly snapping the ball, and Hawkeye Delgado buzzed the tower. Somebody notify Radar, he is sacked. Give the sack to Micah Harrelson. I give at least a half a sack to Austin Elmore, and that drive went... Emmons, excuse me. That drive went nowhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't want Austin Emmons piling onto me. I got to tell you that right now.
6'7", 270. And punting from about the 2-yard line. Looks like James Yoon. 7-0. Grizzlies with the lead at home on the whiteout. Clean snap. Ooh, that is a nice punt. Claps goes backwards and just lets this one go. And talk about flipping the field. My word.
Wow.
That is very nearly a 75-yard punt.
Yeah, you can't really fake that. I mean,
No.
It is what it is.
He kicked that one from about the 2, and it was finally touched dead at the 25. Yeah, right on the 25. Good grief.
Got to give a shout out to Scott Oshman tonight, who's supposed to be here, but I heard that he didn't get all of his chores done, so he wasn't allowed to leave the house.
Uh-oh. Got to take care of those chores no matter what your situation or age. Logan Sarzak off to the far side. Never too old to have chores, sir. Snap, give, big hole, and running off of the official. The official gets a half a tackle there on Trey Lechner.
He gets an illegal block downfield.
Man. And give credit to that official. He took it. He just stood in and said, nope.
And Lechner's not a small guy.
Nope, no, he is not. Lechner, 6'2", 210. Lean. Gain of 9.
Now, is he a junior?
Yes, he is a junior. I did not realize that until I looked again and again at my roster.
Well, because I think Glacier Peak's got several juniors. Isn't there Riverline a junior too?
Yes. Riverline from the pistol. Claps. Motion left to right. Play fake. Looking to dial one up here. Near side. Caught. Sets his feet and thrown out of bounds. Cooper Jensen, first down. I have a feeling they were working on that one. They wanted to hook up with Coop.
I think Cooper's a junior too, isn't he?
Cooper is a junior, yes. Man, this is going to be a tough team to defend next year. Wilkerson in there as a Ginch back to the left. And a wide split, at least from how it looks now, for Emmons. Out on that left tackle spot. A lot of beef to move over there with Adam Troxel as well at 235. They'll pull the guard and just rip the yardage up with Lechner across the 20, first down. This is not looking good if you're a fan of the green and black. Sub will check in. That is Ryan King, and just a bruising run. Tackle made by Chase Holden. Big nose guard up there. I think, oh yeah, I know that's Jacob Katabana, 6'3", 320, anchoring the line. Big pistol set, Ginch right, snap, give, King, bounces off to the left side, one-on-one, slips a tackle, slips another, sets his sights to the end zone, touchdown! Big touchdown for big Ryan King, another junior getting the job done. And that appears to be a 19-yard scamper for King. Nice stiff arm, and the rest is all Mr. King. 6 foot, 190, and it is 13-0 Glacier Peak. Jinkies.
Well, I might have to take a little something that we talked about earlier back.
Snap, set, McAfee's kick on the way into the night and good. New score 14-0. All Grizzlies as GP players trying to fight for that adrenaline sports or adrenaline fundraising player of the game. We'll take a break. Back after this.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Back here on STSPN, and the Glacier Peak Grizzlies just imposing their will in the opening minutes of this one. 7:49 to go, quarter number one. A rushing score, and I'm trying to remember how that first score went in. Wasn't that it was an end around with claps. So it was technically a rush as well from a wide receiver. 2 rushing scores, none of them by Big 15, Trey Lechner. Ball falls over. So we'll try this one again. We'll blame the bomb cyclone. Bombogenesis out in the Strait of Juan de Fuca.
Got a score here at the half. Linden 38, Archbishop 7.
Oof. I'm detecting that there's not a ton of parity across the WESCO and extended area. It's the haves and the have-nots.
You would be pretty correct.
I'll try this reverse again. Worked pretty well the first time, but not so much that time. Tackled at the 20-yard line. I think that was Matt Lilich on the stop. 7:42 to go in quarter number one. I believe I maybe
I'll handle him.
Maybe cited here. 14-0. Glacier Peak with the lead, and on defense here, 4-man front once again. Straight drop, sacked. Actually, now he is sacked. I'll give at least part of that to Micah Harrelson, but there were 4 guys all over the quarterback, Hawkeye Delgado. I mean, that was just a brutal bull rush, blitz, the whole 9 yards. 2nd and 13 after the loss. Looks like Jackson's going to go from the pistol here. Snap, play fake, and GP says, nuh-uh, sack again. This time, it's Connor Mayer. Mayer did not bite on that fake at all, just keyed right on the tail, or excuse me, not the tailback, the quarterback. Rushing in to clean that up.
Austin Emmons.
Big fella Austin Emmons.
That hurt. That really hurt. I was watching that. He just stood him up and just knocked him down.
3rd down and 21. This is be careful country back here. Tailback is on about the 4. Straight drop. Full on bull rush. They'll dump it off complete. And this is going to get some yardage out across the 20 and finally wrapped up at the 24.5-yard line. That is Aiden Lundquist bailing out his quarterback. But after all of that, 2nd down and 21 now results in a, actually 3rd down and 21 results in a 4th down and call it about 6. That's rough. Have such a nice play like that, but you get backed up with back-to-back sacks. And make no mistake, he paid the price on that throw too. 3 men running free at your freshman quarterback. See what we've got from James Yoon this time. Same setup, rugby-style punt. This one's another nice one. Gonna hit and take a friendly hop and a roll. And that time it'll be down to the 30. Not quite as good, but hard to improve on 73 yards. 5:46 clock stopped first quarter, and the Grizzlies with another chance here up 14-0.
You know, you always hope that you're not going to have a one-sided contest. You know, I mean, I understand that some of the schools, like up and down, but these are some big schools.
Yeah, at big schools, a lot of tradition, a lot of pride on the line, and a lot of ball game left.
Well, these two schools, Jackson is just down the road from Glacier Peak, so these kids all know each other. There isn't any. They're friends during the week, but Fridays they're not so much.
Frenemies, you say?
Yeah.
And oh my word, he's going to bubble free of the big fella, Katabana. And getting around the edge and just upended. There's the penalty marker and a little chippiness going on.
Let's see that again.
Yeah, I would like to see what happened. Because first of all, Katabana just got stood up. It's over 300 pounds.
Oh, they dragged.
Ow.
It's going to be defensive holding.
Still, give a.
I think. Oh no, they called it against GP.
I think that was either Liam Lennon or Irvin Wynn. Somebody. It's not a crackback block because nobody was engaged, but he kind of laid the wood.
I think that could have gone both ways because I saw somebody on the defense drag one of the GP players down by their jersey.
And so after all that,
I don't think that's legal, is that?
dragging them
from
down,
behind?
Dragging them down, probably not from behind. It depends on the scenario, because you do teach to grab cloth, but you don't want to grab high, and you can't
it's not
hold.
the ball carrier. This was a block.
Oh, yeah, that's probably not legal. You're right. First down and 30 after the spot foul.
Ow.
That's no bueno. Straight drop for River Lean. Airs it out to the far side. Has a man. Sarzak! He could run for days. One man to beat. Juke. Now two men to beat. Stops, spins, and finally decked down. If he had just turned the Jets back on, he might have scored. Still, that is outstanding. You're staring down first down and 30, and you convert with room to spare. Logan Sarzak, have some. That is what you call flexing your muscles. Not every team in this league, or frankly in this state, could do that on a first and 30.
I don't think they'll be doing it next week.
No, they will not. That is a very big matchup next week, and with some playoff implications. There's a sub quarterback in there. They'll give to Lechner, and he will bang his way down to about the 21. Quarterback out there is the sophomore Owen Gluth. And now the subs are starting to cycle in. Actually, check that. I think that was 5, not... I could have sworn that was 6 in there. But now River Lean is in, the veteran quarterback, with the backup tailback Ryan King. It's 1st and 10 once again. Clock is stopped. And now the officials are going to have a conference.
I think the backup quarterback is actually the guy that caught that 30-yard pass.
That was... Oh, okay. The guy that caught the 30-yard pass was 7, not 6.
Yeah,
So,
correct. But 7
Sarzak
is...
is the backup quarterback? Okay.
Yep. Oh,
Well,
6 is a quarterback too.
Yeah, that's why I was thrown off, because I could have sworn that was a 6 that was in there on that prior play, and all he did was just give to 15. Now the conference continues, and now they're going to talk to the Jackson coach. I'm not sure what has happened here. I do want to take this time to recognize another one of our fine sponsors, though, that being our Monroe-based American Family Insurance agent. And always want to recognize Miss Sally Petty for all the support she has shown us over the years. Isn't that right?
And she's shown me a lot of support too, because she's had my insurance forever. Or maybe it's me supporting her.
That too. Measured toss near side Cooper, breaking free, breaks an ankle tackle and squirts down the sidelines. That's another first down. There was no penalty on that prior play, so I still don't know what the officials were taking so long to discuss. But either way, first down results in another first down.
I think it was a ball placement,
Okay.
I'm guessing. But I saw the down marker move.
First down and 10 from the 13, it would appear. So can get a first down without getting the touchdown. Bunch formation to the right. Could be a screen, but I would expect a give. There is the give. There is plenty of room, and cutting it upfield and walking into the end zone is King for his second score of the night. Scoring at will. Which one's will? That will make it 20-0, extra point pending on is McAfee. And just, again, outstanding blocking. Every replay you see, watch the interior 5 or 6 guys in white, and they will all win their one-on-one matchups. And it just creates these massive gash running lanes. Whoever has the ball might be 5 yards downfield before anybody can get anywhere near them. McAfee for point. It's up, and it is good. New score, 21-0. GP with the lead. 4:02 left in the first. Back after this, STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Back here on STSPN, looking for that adrenaline fundraising player of the game in the postgame show, and it is going to be a difficult decision because a lot of guys have contributed already, and we're 8 minutes into this thing. 2 touchdowns from your backup running back, and nothing's wrong with Big 15. Nothing's wrong with Lechner. Just spread the love around.
Well, I think that they're 2 different kind of runners. And so I know that Coach Keck likes to mix them up because one of them is kind of like a wiggle quarterback, and the other one is a power runner.
Yeah. And you saw a lot of lateral on that run from King there for the score. He probably ran about twice as far as the stats will show. Deep kick taken at the 6, and because of this reverse strategy, he had to stop. Oh, my word! Big pancake block, but a nice tackle to save the score. And that's your kicker. That's McAfee. He says, "You're not housing one on me, big fella." Nuh-uh.
Good for him.
I believe that was Braden O'Donnell on the run back, and just he hits the afterburner and a nice open field tackle. McAfee, there's some consideration for player of the game.
Boy, I got to tell you, the camera work is just excellent from our NFL freelancer down there, Martin Stohs.
Give, and off the good run back, they decided to reward Braden O'Donnell. He'll go off right side, get a couple. But yes, excellent camera work tonight, and as usual, whenever we have him, we appreciate the contributions.
Yeah, boy, he's good.
You'll see him on Saturday if you're watching soccer in the area.
That is correct. And you'll see him a lot. He's also looks like he's going to be doing some Kraken games.
Unleash the Kraken. 2nd and 7. Straight drop, feels the pressure, dumps this one off. Incomplete. What a leaping play by Torrey Watkins to break that one up. They're looking to get Braden O'Donnell involved. Something to keep in mind, though, it's not just youth and experience, it's also a size mismatch. O'Donnell, who's had some of their best sparks yet, 5'10", $155. That's difficult in pads. 3rd down and 7 upcoming. I sense a blitz from GP. Pistol set here behind Hawkeye Delgado. Ginch back left, 2-by-1 set. Hard count. And he will drop, set his feet, quickly dump this one off. Incomplete. Double coverage over there. Ashton Olsen and Michael Fant. I believe they were looking for Aiden Lundquist again. So another 3 and out. And looks like they are going to punt. I thought for a moment they might go for it here. Down 3 scores and ball is marked at the 43, but discretion the better part of valor unless it's a trick play. Keep in mind, they do get creative on special teams with the reverse run back every time on a kickoff. So trick play is not out of the question. Good snap. Nope, he will bang this one away. And this one directional and taken at the 17. Claps with some room to run, has some blockers, steps back, Penalty marker down. They don't take Claps down. He'll go around the left side this time, feels the footsteps behind him, turns on the afterburner. 2 men to beat, squirts through it. Wow! Black Friday shopping out of my way. Claps to the house, but there's a flag.
Flags are not good.
Not necessarily. Usually a hold or a block in the back against the receiving team. But let's find the white hat. Let us see. But yes, a big run, and he breaks the tackle of Ronnie Hamza and just outruns Michael Lunan. Yep, holding against GP. So that may have been the first broadcast I've ever had of a punt return touchdown, and it goes for naught.
Now, was that a Daniel Yoon kick again?
That was actually Jaden Dogan with the more directional midfield punt. He tried to drop that one down the chimney behind the 20. Probably because if Yoon had unleashed one, it would have been a touchback.
I think so. I've been watching him all year, and he's just a phenomenal player.
Yoon, by the way, I haven't seen him nearly as much as you have, but Yoon, he's got a lot of leg. He's got a lot of power. It's just aiming it, controlling it sometimes. Snap, hesitation, little misdirection, and give to Claps.
Out there.
And he lost the football and fell right back on it. He was trying to do way too much there, knowing that if he could get free of the grasp of Jake Sugawara, that he might have been able to run, but that was...
I don't think they were faking anybody out with that one. He was in trouble right from the start.
Yes, but if he could plant that foot and shake free, because he's broken so many tackles already tonight, I think he was trying to work free, but Sugawara very nearly got a present. Second down, and we'll call it 20 for simplicity's sake. Give, tail back, near side, hesitating along the sidelines, Trey Lechner. Not a whole lot there, trying to follow behind the block of Joe Johnson, 6'5", 215, and a junior. You were onto something there. This is a junior-heavy GP team that could make a run this year, but watch out for him next year.
Yeah, I was talking to the coach preseason, and he said, yeah, we're going to be good this year, but look out.
Cooper Jensen among those to the near side, short side right. Snap and a give. This is Claps around the edge, and he will get undercut. Ball came loose that time, and GP will jump on it again. Heads up play. Well, let's watch it happen here. Nice fake. He gets around the edge, and I think that was Chase Holden that got a paw in there for the Timberwolves and knocked that loose. I think it was Luke Owen that jumped on it, though. Either way, heads up play, first down, and crisis averted. Still, I think 11 needs to get a little rest and focus on 2 hands on the ball. Carrying a baby, not a loaf of bread. And River Lean will fake everyone out and surge his way ahead for a gain of about 6. 90 seconds left, quarter 1, 21-0 Glacier Peak. The whiteout is working. Blindness out there. I think they said there was an injury. I didn't see anything. I'll see Reggie Valmonte will hustle off the field. Under a minute, or actually approaching a minute to go in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, and a tight end that way, or perhaps an H-back. Snap, give, Lechner hesitates, stiff arm, back pedals, and will find some room to the far side of the field. He's got a good block downfield, turns on the Jets, and he is ushered not out of bounds. My word! Trey Lechner, give the assist to Torrey Watkins.
Yeah, but give another assist to River Lee. Look at this block. This is unbelievable. Watch him come back here. No, he's going to turn around. And watch this block. Oh,
my goodness. if someone's looking for the license plate number, it was 5. That truck just took somebody out, and I think that may be the player that's down for Jackson.
Is that what the flag is going to be?
Personal foul, illegal blindside block. I think that's what the foul is.
It is.
That's tough.
Let's see that again, because I'm not sure if that was really a blindside there. Let's take a look.
Just watch. He's going to reverse field, shaking free, and then it happens so quickly. But give him credit for the spin move on the sideline. Tackle ultimately made by Michael Lunan, but
let's see. Let's slow that down and take a look.
Is it Nolan Adolph that got wiped out? It's not the big fella. Somebody in behind him, and it's just to the right of your screen. It is 76. And I don't have a 76. I have a 75, Jarrett Kurtz.
Yeah, that's a close call there.
Yeah, that's tough. He had to get his head around. Garrett Kurtz will get up. Man.
Ouch.
Yeah. That's one of those you reward the, first of all, you're glad that the young man's okay. You reward the hustle and you reward the sacrifice of your quarterback doing everything he can to help the big play. But you don't want the penalty, and you definitely don't want anybody getting hurt.
Yeah, I think that's a hard one for a coach, because I'm not sure that I would coach him any differently. If you see that opportunity to do the block, you got to make an instant decision whether that block is blindside or not. You don't know if he sees you or not.
That's the tough thing about, we old dudes talk about old school football and, 2-a-days in the hot sun and, puke and rally, basically. But they're trying to make the game safer, but it is still a violent game full of violent collisions, and it is a dangerous sport. Make no mistake about it.
That is correct, but let's not unconvince mothers to send their kids out, because this is a great person-building sport.
Yes, 100%. Screen set up near side. Lechner will not outrun the tackle. Full layout for, is that 24 or 54? That is 54. Jake Sugawara. But, yeah, I refer to football as the sport of kings. And I know it's not because, well, in nations where they have kings, they prefer football. But I love this sport, and I know the character of men and women that it can build.
Well, I know that both of my boys played, and it just was so good for them. It taught them honor and brotherhood and, all those words that mean something.
Absolutely. We need to have some words that mean something as well. Words from our sponsors. We'll step aside for a break. End of one, 21-0. Grizzlies lead with the football on STSPN.
Tyler and Matt, Waterlines.
Hey, how you doing? We're here in the U District on a Thursday, replacing all the buried galvanized that's in the line.
Each of our homes depend upon their connection to water and sewer.
Hey, we're under the porch, putting in all new PEX, replacing all the galvanized, including the hose bib.
Over time, these lines age, change, and break down.
We're making our last connection. That's capping an old galvanized water line, and we should be done for the day.
Our Waterline team can help to make sure your connection runs smooth, healthy, and clean.
Nothing better to do on a Friday night than get under the lights of Friday night football. Third down, and scoreboard says 18. There we go. I was about to say, not quite.
We want to do a little shout out to Fred's, the owner there, Mark. He's needs our prayers. He's had a little bit of a problem this last week medically, and
Sarzak comes back for the football, and it was knocked loose. Incomplete.
Oh, it was?
Incomplete. Beautiful coverage by, it's not Aiden Lundquist, I think that's Chase Holden down there in coverage. Wowzers. Now he kind of tackled the helmet, so subtract a couple points for form, but broke it up, and it's 4th down. But to your point, though, Fred's Riverside Ale House, Mr. Fred, medical
Mark.
Chewy. Excuse me.
They call him Chewy because he's got a beard and he usually has his shirt 2 buttons unbuttoned. He's got a hairy chest. They've always called him Chewy for Chewbacca. His name's Mark, and our prayers are with him.
Absolutely. 4th down and 18 officially. Punting time for GP, the first defensive stand for Jackson in this ball game. And that one banged away and takes a nice generous roll. I think if you're going to have to kick this way, because that's where all of the good punting has been done thus far. I think that was Liam Lennon on the punt.
Oh, yeah, if you look over at the flag there, the wind is going that direction.
Fair enough. 11:39 to go in the first half. Amp Harrell, Todd Elvig, here with you from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Snohomish. Glacier Peak imposing their will, but let's see what Hawkeye Delgado and the boys in black have in store. Jaden Dogan in the slot to the right. It's a 1-by-3 set. Straight drop, Delgado gets decent protection. Feathers this one downfield, incomplete. Looking for, I think that was actually Joey Schneider wearing a different number. They don't always give me the updated notes, I apologize. Incomplete, and back to work now, back on the ground. Ducking his head and fighting for yardage, Aiden Lundquist. Lundquist following behind the block of Jake Sugawara. Sugawara's got some wheels under him, 54. He can get out in space as an undersized lineman. Michael Lunin, wide receiver to the near side. 2 receivers to the far side, pistol set. Looking, pressure comes the other way. Running for his life, Hawkeye Delgado will take a lick as he's going out of bounds and get close to the first down. Delgado, let's see where they mark this. He gets the first down. Outstanding run by the freshman, and the Jackson fans letting him know.
By the freshman. Boy, I tell you what, Jackson's working on something there.
Yeah, this is a good kid with some raw talent. Pistol set, that's the short shotgun with a back behind him, directly on the hashes, 3-by-1 set. Snap and a delay give, and he will hit the hole and rip through it. And the ball comes loose on the tackle. Let's see if they said he was down or not. Aiden Lundquist with the first down, and I believe he turned that ball over. Johnny on the spot with the camera work. Ashton Olsen, I think, on the recovery here, and now another Jackson player is down. But what speed. Yeah, that ball is clearly out, and that is a clear recovery from Olsen. GP football, but now hopping up, that was the tailback, Lundquist. Lundquist, by the way, a senior. Glad to see he's okay, but that's tough. One of the best plays they've had all day, and it results in a first down, then immediately gives the football right back. To the Scott and Tim Sports Show on STSPN.
Now, I don't know how they have time to do that and not come to the booth.
That's a fair criticism.
I have to nail them. They've been with us a long time, and anytime they can't make it, I have to hassle them.
1-by-3 set, snap, give, Lechner, gets small, gets through the hole, moving dudes out of the way, bye, touchdown, Trey Lechner, man moves. Roll that beautiful bean footage when you get a chance. He stiff arms with 2 hands and just moves a guy out of his way.
we'll even slow it down.
It is unreal what this young man can do. Speeds through, missed tackle, and then into open space, stiff arm, and then says, no, son, this is my lane. I don't believe what I just saw, and I watched it twice. Trey Lechner is something special, as if we didn't already know. On for point, McAfee bangs this one through, and it is 28-0. Grizzlies with the advantage, 10:34 in the first half. A break for our stations. This is STSPN football.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Back to it on STSPN. A big splash play from Glacier Peak. If you're watching this later, click back a few. The cheerleaders are getting a workout in this one for Glacier Peak, having to do a push-up for every point that's scored. The push-ups are a little slower when it's 28-0 in the first half. Great group we've got here under the advisement of Jenny Jordan. Try and recognize them in the second half. But yeah, just if you're watching this later on, click the back button a few clicks. Hit the left mouse button or left. That one bounces into the end zone for a touchback. Left arrow key. Lechner moved a man out of the way. Penalty marker down. Back behind the play. There wasn't a play though. What happened? Did someone just lose a flag, or was it an offsides on the kickoff?
Maybe they got ahead of the ball.
Watch the white hat here. Dead ball foul. Personal foul? Oh, did somebody say something? That's your unforced errors right there. It's the error between the ear holes. Got to keep that under control.
Well, these two teams, basketball and football, they don't have any lost love between each other.
That's fair, but I mean, still, we were just
That's
talking. Right. We were talking earlier about this is a sport that builds character. It builds young men and future leaders, but you gotta keep it under control. You gotta make sure that engine doesn't run too hot.
That's correct.
Because you cost yourself and you cost your team.
Yeah, the playoff teams don't usually make those mistakes.
Dogan and Gincherman to the near side. Snap and a give. New running back there will break the first tackle, but not the next three. Thrown down. Tackle made by, among others, Luke Anderson. Mr. Anderson.
Slowed them down enough for the posse to catch up.
I believe this is Braden O'Connell trying to do something. Quickly back to work. Pressure comes, running for his life. This is a talented freshman. Keeps his eyes downfield. Has a man. Intercepted! Intercepted! What a play on both ends. As coming up with it, Ryder Wilkinson, the senior, but just running for his life. Hawkeye Delgado says, oh, I've got this. Drops a dime, and he overshoots his man by about a step. Looking for Gincherman, and center field, man.
Yeah, this is all good stuff for Hawkeye. He's got a lot of learning to do. He's a ninth grader. So, at this point, it's like watching Eason.
Oh, yes.
He came out as a freshman, and he just got pounded, but now look where he is.
Fighting with another WESCO kid for a chance to be the backup quarterback for the Seahawks. Not a bad spot. Steps up through the rush. Oh, my goodness. Incomplete, intended for Cooper Jensen, but ducking his head and olaying through the entire rush. Hang a gold star on the effort by River Lean.
Boy, Cooper, he knew that was his fault. He just put his hands on his helmet. Like, yep, I should have held on to that.
Man, that's tough. Zarzak and Claps to the near side. Pistol set, Ginchback left. Tight end right, it appears, but that's, no, I think I'm seeing something wrong. Snap, give. Surging ahead is King, and he will move things forward for a gain of about 5 or 6.
Yeah, both of those quarterbacks are Adrenaline Fundraiser Player of the Game recipients. The two quarterbacks that Seahawks.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Easton and...
I'm not shocked. Easton and, yes. Starts with an L, and I'm just... Luton.
I gave Luton his shirt myself, and I got to tell you, one thing I was really impressed about was the size of his hands.
That's a combine thing. Snap and a give, and a short gain by King. Tackle made by Jake Sugawara. I always find that funny that they measure the hands, and they talk about the hand size of these young men at the combine. Oh, he's got too small of hands. He can't grip the ball. Well, what the heck's he been doing for the last, 10 years?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I shook his hand. It was like a toddler put my hand in his.
4th down, going to go for it. 4th and 2, nothing to lose here. Up 28-0. Clock runs. Load in the box. Snap. Give. King, and he will get the first down and more. Oh my, he's gone. 3 men, 4 men tailing him. Beep, beep, touchdown King. What a game for him. 8:24 left in the first half, and 3 touchdowns for the backup tailback. Scoots out to the side and outruns the nation. Good blocking, but that was mostly King just getting to the edge and gone.
Did you see the wheels on that kid? He just shifted into another gear and just took off.
It kind of reminded me of that big run by Derrick Henry on Monday Night Football, where he broke records. I watched it and then watched it again and was like, this doesn't even compute. He gets to the 2nd and 3rd level and just finds speed he didn't even have at Alabama.
Maybe it was from fear, though, because...
Like it cracked back on or hit hard. They're coming for me. I would think you'd have the fear of little Nicky, though. Nick Saban down at Alabama.
Well, that's true, too.
He's an intense individual. Thought it was smart. One of the car dealerships in Nashville, I think it was a Mercedes-Benz dealership, owned or partially owned by Nick Saban, as we watched the point after from McAfee. So one of the Nashville stations became an affiliate of Alabama football and got Nick Saban's car dealership to sponsor it.
Nice.
Kick is up and good, by the way. Perfect so far, 35-0. Glacier Peak with a lead. Back after this on STSPN.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
Back to it on STSPN. 35 love. Glacier Peak with a lead on Jackson.
If anybody's wondering about all the references to Tennessee,
yes,
we know where you're from.
Yeah. Although I did throw in the Alabama reference just to throw people off the trail. But I try and keep those to a minimum. But I mean, hey, when your football universe is what it is, you deal the hand you're or play with the hand you're dealt.
Well, we sure like having you on here. I got to tell you, that's a great voice.
Appreciate that. I've been cultivating this for almost 20 years. And for what it's worth, no disrespect to the Washington area. I mean, after all, my beloved Tennessee Titans had a former UW quarterback of their own. Marcus Mariotto. Oh goodness, I messed it up. Super Mario.
Well, neither one of us are meant for TV, so.
Yeah, but somebody keeps turning the camera around at me on volleyball games. Taking on the run, a short kick. See what Jackson has here. Breaking tackles and running into his own guy, Aaron Duana-Fayavong. Good run by Duana-Fayavong up that left side.
Trying to make it through traffic.
Traffic can be bad, but not that bad this time of night until the game is over with.
Yeah, I found the exact time to come across the valley is about 4:30, 4:45. If you come across any later than that, you're going to be sitting in traffic.
Talk about traffic and people from out of town. I've got a story for you. Straight drop. Drop that one off. Caught,
Oof.
but a loss. Man, there's our guy. Big Austin Evans, or Emmons, rather. Austin Emmons.
If he's riding you, it's hurting.
Yeah, is done. I was going to say, the morning guy on Classic Country KXA is Mr. Stitch Mitchell, and so he has to get up bright and early. He lives in Seattle.
Oof.
Around the edge, trying to find space. Not a whole lot there. Still that one arm on the football for Aiden Lundquist. He fights for yardage, which you love. He's not afraid of contact, but he's just slinging this sucker around. Shades of, oh goodness, the LA Rams running back from back in the day, record holder.
Yeah, I don't know.
No? Okay. I tried to go out of my comfort zone here. Just for you guys, the fans. Straight drop. Stepping around, Delgado. Pump fakes, airs it out, has a comeback route. What a catch! Michael Lunan. And a first down for Jackson.
That was a great catch.
Just, again, always keeping his eyes down the field and never giving up on the play. And
a freshman. Are
he's
you
a freshman.
He's going to be dangerous.
Eric Dickerson was who I was trying to dig up there. Eric Dickerson. Straight drop, Delgado. And just corralled. I thought he might get around that edge. He did not. 52 on the tackle. That is Jacob Erickson, 6', 210. Big sack and a loss of 8. I do like the comparisons, though, to a certain NFL quarterback. You take your lumps, you play as a freshman, you get better. Stacking them up to the far side, straight drop, swings it to the near side. It's a safety valve, and it's incomplete, just over the head and through the hands of Aiden Lundquist.
I have to say that in my short experience, if you're playing as a freshman, you are going to be really dangerous. You know, Glacier Peak had Aiden Ziomas that started as a freshman, and he played all 4 years, and he just was phenomenal.
3rd down and 18. I thought that playing as a freshman was even less common up here than it is in the South. Steps up and sacked again. That is Austin Emmons again.
It was?
Yeah, he was the first man to him and grabbed the legs, and then he sort of steps out of the screen and does a little pose down. Almost positive that was Austin Emmons, number 76. 6'7", 270.
Yeah, he's an anchor.
4th and 22. And on to punt this time is James Yoon. And the block is on. They may have gotten a piece of this, but he still gets it away. And it's going to fall to the 10. And did they get a piece of him?
Oh,
he's down and on his knees, and the penalty marker is down. Are they going to say roughing or running into?
Let's take a look.
I snapped my eyes downfield, but let's see.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, that's a first down.
I might have seen a little bit of a shoulder there.
Yeah, that's a no-no. That's your enthusiasm kind of coming out a bit. So looks like this is going to be either first down or at worst a re-kick. I thought that was an automatic first. for running into the kick, or for roughing the kicker, excuse me. Running into is just when you hit the leg. So a big gainer here for the Jackson Timberwolves. Down 35-0. Trying to watch my references here as I got called out on my Tennessee nature. Gotta tuck that back under the hat. I've only been here since November, so it's kind of hard to get fully acclimated. And oh, by the way, I was here for just a short while, and then a small pandemic happened. So,
Yeah, that really hurt us. I got to tell you that right now. No sports. I'd like to let everybody know that we are streaming live on Rumble. If you choose to not watch it on YouTube, big tech.
yeah, hey, Rumble supporting a smaller company. And, oh, they're going to say, well, that's odd. I guess Jackson got the ability to enforce this on the kickoff, so it pins back Glacier Peak to their own 6. Little misdirection, and Claps will break tackles and get into space, and this could backfire on Jackson in a very, very large way. Claps with one man to beat, down the sideline, into the end zone, 94 yards, touchdown.
Wow.
Oof. I said worst case scenario is you have to re-kick. I was wrong. I was very wrong. Toss in the end zone and fighting around the edge. Good gracious. Have I mentioned that Jaden Claps is fast?
Did I mention there's just great camera work on that?
Yeah. I love on the replay, he saw something that I didn't even see when it happened, which was just a simple toss in the end zone. I mean, he ran that ball realistically more like 104 yards. Kick is up and good. On the scorebook, though, about 94. And another touchdown to make it 42-0 Glacier Peak. Back after this, STSPN.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
Back to Veterans Memorial Stadium, home of Glacier Peak. Glacier Peak feeling right at home. 5:09 left in the first half. It's 42-0 Grizzlies on top.
Now, do they start a running clock if it's in the first half?
What I heard, I haven't looked at the official WIAA scorebook or rule book yet, but what I was told by Tom Lafferty before leaving KRKO today was that it's a 40-point lead in the second half. So we'll see if somebody has a slightly eager trigger finger on that clock in the final 5 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, if you guys tuned into KRKO, they've got the Monroe-Snohomish game. So you can kind of listen to that and watch this. Or
Yeah, not going to make me upset. And tonight we also have the Everett Silver Tips at the Portland Winterhawks on Classic Country KXA. That one out of bounds, untouched. Heads up play, Braden O'Donnell. So that'll bring it out to the 35 for Hawkeye Delgado.
boy, the experience that Hawkeye is getting is just so valuable. He's just going to be something. He's going to be on fire because he just is really good as a freshman.
I mean, with the fact that he has been hassled on easily 80, maybe 90% of his dropbacks thus far, the fact that he has just kept it cool, calm, and collected as the bullets are whizzing past, and then he can just chuck it downfield on the money. Delgado drops. Pass pro is in, pressure coming backside, and he does not feel the pressure coming. It's knocked loose. I think that's an incompletion anyway. Man, he got cold cocked by Jacob Erickson. You got to feel the footsteps.
Oh, yeah. In fact, if you're on the field, you can hear the footsteps.
Especially when you got a dude that's 210 pounds bearing down on you from behind. He was loading up and ready to air out that home run ball, but could not do so. Snap, give this time, and nothing there. And rolling right over the top, Jordan Yandilla, 6'4", 295. Beef.
Yeah. I can't imagine what the grocery bill is there.
Well, I mean, they got some beef on Jackson as well. A two-way lineman, Jacob Catabana, 6'3", 320.
Some Costco runs there.
Let's hope. Dropping, looking, pressure comes again, steps up and keeps the play alive. Chucking it down the field. My goodness, he stepped out, but still tackled farther down the field. That is a big hookup of Delgado to O'Donnell.
Now look at his, you can see his face right there on that replay. He does not lose sight of who's downfield.
He's looking downfield. He's getting just whacked. And instead of what looked like it could be almost an in-the-grasp intentional grounding, no, there's a dude down there.
Yeah, I was expecting it to go out.
2-by-2, it's football with Noah for Jackson. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Delgado gives. Around the edge, shored up well. First man to him is... I wait for my spotter to cue me in. No, that was Ashton Olsen. Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate it. Such a great crew here to help us out. The truck parked out, or excuse me, the van parked outside. Running for his life again, Hawkeye Delgado, and flung down a little something extra from Jacob Erickson on a big sack.
Yeah, I think that's where experience comes in. If he was just a little bit older, next year he's going to get rid of that ball.
That was kind of my thought is at a certain point you're dead to rights, you're outside of the tackle box, you just have to chuck and pray. Loss of only about 8 on that play. Third down, and we'll call it 18. And a timeout taken by Jackson with 3:06 left in the first half. Back after this on STSPN.
Tyler and Matt, Waterlines.
Hey, how you doing? We're here in the U District on a Thursday, replacing all the buried galvanized that's in the line.
Each of our homes depend upon their connection to water and sewer.
Hey, we're under the porch, putting in all new PEX, replacing all the galvanized, including the hose bib.
Over time, these lines age, change, and break down.
We're making our last connection. That's capping an old galvanized water line, and we should be done for the day.
Our Waterline team can help to make sure your connection runs smooth, healthy, and clean.
Back to STSPN, 42-0. Glacier Peak on top. Jackson trying to put something together on a 3rd and 18 from the positive 40-yard line. A couple of subs out there for Glacier Peak. Tyler Kinney in as a linebacker. Also see Baxter Cox, 270-pound lineman.
See if I can get any updates on scores here.
Delgado. Straight drop. Has to do something. Steps up and just got decked. He was trying to keep the play alive and stay behind the 40. And a Glacier Peak player just came free and nailed him. And that will result in the 4th down.
Wow, here's a good one. Tonight, Lake Stevens is playing Kamiak. You know, we talked about Kamiak, whether they were all that or not. And I got to tell you, 21-14 Lake Stevens, but 21-14, there's only a 7-point difference.
Yeah, that's...
Kamiak's got something.
They can hang. That is absolutely for sure. Penalty marker down. And they're going to march this one forward. That's a... I didn't even see the penalty. I was too focused on the score update. Oh, I think I just heard holding against Glacier Peak. Defensive holding. Oh, it must have been downfield. Okay. So it's a 10-yard walk-off, and it's 3rd and 8. We'll do it over again. That is a tough penalty for the Grizzlies here. Flip the receiver. That's Schneider into the slot near side. Watch a possible screen here from Jackson. Nope. Steps up and tries to air that one out incomplete. Decked once again. Glacier Peak just living in the backfield. Watch just this overpowering rush. Actually, the man that got to him just got around the edge, unblocked. Micah Harrelson. He's a candidate for your Adrenaline fundraising player of the game as well. He has been everywhere. Going to try for the field goal. Again, you don't see this very often, and this is going to be a 47-yarder.
Oh, yeah, this might make Yoon's highlight reel if he gets this.
James Yoon from
certainly has the leg.
The hold, it is blocked. It is blocked, and that will not make the highlight reel out of the hold of Aaron Duana-Faivong.
Yoon is down again.
Yeah. I think he must have gotten wiped out there, but no foul this time. So another solid stand for the Glacier Peak defense. The shutout stands as well. You got a feel for Jackson, though. I mean, Yoon is a weapon. And for what
Hawkeye's a weapon.
Hawkeye is absolutely a weapon. And Yoon, he's a senior, so this is it for him. You won't have the cannon of a leg back there next year. River lean, play fake, runs to his right, tries to keep the play alive, and will just run out of bounds. It's as good as a sack. Give that one to Jake Sugawara. Sugawara has got the wheels. And, of course, you've got Joey Schneider, Hawkeye Delgado, Jaden Dogan. A lot of speed out there for this Jackson defense. 2:29 left in the first half. Clock stopped in the out of bounds. 2nd down, and we'll call it 4.
Is Schneider on, is Jackson?
I believe so. He's listed as number 9 on our roster. Snap, give, big hole, and running through just about everybody. It's a large run for, of course, Trey Lechner. He's still there.
Yeah, I just saw in the chat that Joey Schneider is out concussed.
Oh, sorry. Well, I appreciate the chat there. If anyone knows who 22 actually is.
No, number 9.
I know. I was saying that I don't have a 22, and so I thought that that he might be wearing a different jersey. I don't have a 22 on my roster, but he was a wide receiver for this Jackson squad.
Oh, I missed it.
Snap, give. Lechner picking his way through, getting around to the outside. This could be trouble. This could be trouble. 22 got wiped out, and off to the races. Lechner, touchdown. Sir not appearing in this film. Wiped out on the play, and that is the experience of Trey Lechner to get the defenders to cross each other up. The best pick play was just losing your space. Lechner, 48-0, extra point pending. Minute 33 left in the first half.
He's so big that he just doesn't look like he's going that fast, but actually he's got a little bit of speed on him.
He's that deadly combination because he is big, but he's not huge. He's 6'2", 210. He's that great athletic cut build.
Right.
He's not like a bruising.
But he's tall.
Yeah.
How tall is he?
6'2".
Yeah. So when he's running, it's not like watching a little guy run where his legs are moving.
Yeah, he's not prancing. That's for sure. Up and good once again for Big Sam McAfee. 49-0. Glacier Peak on top on STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Back here on STSPN, and I want to give my appreciation to the folks who are watching and chatting in real time. Appreciate the yeoman-like effort, and wish a speedy recovery as well to Joey Schneider. Glacier Peak to kick this one off. There was a personal foul assessed on the kickoff. That's what I just heard from our talented public address announcer here. So. My thought is maybe a little jaw jacking again after the touchdown. I mean, you're up almost half 100, so.
Yeah, I got to think that Jackson is a little frustrated, and Glacier Peak is rubbing it in a little bit. And
you get on these runs. Everybody has these runs. And
yes,
it's a cycle. Nobody's going to be perfect forever.
It's true, but I don't think Jackson's ever beat Glacier Peak.
Shh.
Oh, yeah.
Not everyone knows that. And that one is, wow, that was very nearly a converted drop kick field goal there. Man.
Well, in all fairness, the ball was way down the field. So.
No. Yeah. But all that to say it's a touchback. And Jackson will have it at the 20 with 93 ticks left before we take it to the locker room. The Glacier Peak marching band already waiting for the football team to get out of the way because everyone's here to see them. I know a lot of band buddies who would agree with that. Delgado, quick release, dumps that one off, and it is incomplete. Curling to the ground, Jaden Dogan.
Now, to all the band parents, we have to run some ads before we can turn the band on. So if you start yelling at us in the chat about not having the band, just hold on.
It's coming, we promise. Back to work after the incompletion, 2nd and 10. Buck, 20, oh, the clock is still running. Dropping, pressured, sacked. That was a blitz as Cooper Jensen says, I want the shirt. The Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game shirt, perhaps, as he gets the sack of the very talented Jackson freshman quarterback.
What's interesting is a lot of time you see these big star players on the defense that make all the plays on the offense.
Woo!
And defense is kind of a reward because everybody loves playing defense.
Torrey Watkins just gets a fingernail in there and knocks that one away. See, I wouldn't have thought of that as just a sideline observer, that everybody prefers to play defense rather than play offense, because offense you get to score the points and run the ball and impose your will, but on defense you're flying around trying to hit people, trying to be disruptive. Did they say pass interference against Glacier Peak as well? Unless that was away from the ball, then that had to be playing the receiver and not the ball, or maybe locking out that hand on the back on Watkins. I thought in real time that was a thing of beauty myself. But penalty gives a first down to the Jackson Timberwolves and a fresh set of downs. 3 receivers for the wide side right. See what Delgado can do. Goes against the grain, and it is nearly intercepted. Very, very active over there, Connor Mayer.
We may have to reset the stream at the half, so just hang with it there. Looking at our broadcast machine here, the CPU is pretty high.
May have some technical difficulties, perhaps. 45 seconds left. First half clock is stopped. Hawkeye Delgado, straight drop, feels the pressure, slings it out in space. Pass is caught, and fighting his way through is Michael Lunan. Lunan will rush this one out to the 42. And Jackson will burn a timeout rather than clock it. I suppose we'll step aside as well. Yeah, we'll take a break. Be back after this on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Yep, there we go.
Back here on STSPN.
That dropped the CPU right down to nothing.
All right. Back after it. Delgado from the gun. Back is sidecar right, but behind him. Trips to the near side, one to the far side. Straight drop, sets his feet, airs it out.
Wow.
Little bit too far on that fade. Looking for Jaden Dogan. He knows exactly what he wants when he throws that home run ball. Man, you're not kidding. This kid is going to be fun to watch grow up, basically. No disrespect to anybody else out there, but Hawkeye Delgado. And just as I said that, he will get thrown down for a sack.
Something about number 17 is in now.
Penalty marker. We're going to say personal foul. Oh, so that wasn't Delgado. That was Peyton Baxter, the senior in there at quarterback. And he got thrown down, so a little something extra. I think that was Connor Mayer who got the sack. But with 18 seconds left, have it to do all over again. Yeah, that's a tough one for Glacier Peak, as they've been imposing their will as the scoreboard shows all night, but there have been a few stub your toe kind of moments. The roughing the kicker, the crackback or the blindside block, couple personal fouls. Still, it's 49-0 and the clock runs. Baxter.
They're going to go to the end zone now. I'm just going to try it anyway.
And he will scamper and just take off. And that may be why they had him out there. The extra second will tick off. There should be 1 second left here for Jackson. Scoreboard reads zeros, but I think there's 1 second left to take one shot at the end zone. But yeah, I think that was the senior leadership for the 1 minute drill, and the fact that he's a running quarterback, not a mobile throwing quarterback. I don't know, though. They're going to keep him out there, Peyton Baxter. And they're just going to say, that's it. Okay. Much ado about nothing. 49-0, Jackson trails at Glacier Peak. We'll step aside for a break, and then it is halftime entertainment from Veterans Memorial Stadium on STSPN.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time. Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
Fred's Rivertown Ale House was established in July of 1994 and is located at 1114 First Street in historic downtown Snohomish. Each time you visit the ale house, you may expect to find new beers and new food choices. Fred's Rivertown Ale House is well known throughout the beer community. Oftentimes, we are the first choice for breweries to introduce new beers, limited or specialty beers, and beers you just won't find anyplace else. At Fred's, we like to say that once we get you through the front door, our friendly service, relaxed family atmosphere, and our quality food and beverages will keep you coming back.
Introducing Cord, the new recruits. Our Seattle area plumbing company just keeps on growing. Every day, every job, every person is a champion on our team. How we support each other to support our customers is changing the game.
Hey, Gene Johnson Plumbing and Heating, Corey here. How could it possibly be this great to work for a plumbing company? Gene Johnson Plumbing really sets the bar. They are trend setting the nation for a plumbing company. My wife, in the first time in years, wants to bake and cook for my team. Gene Johnson Plumbing is my new plumbing home away from my own, and I will stand by that until I retire. I'm happy.
Experience respect, pride, and appreciation for doing great work.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down. It's like a loop machine.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Glacier Peak High School marching band.
Ashton Olsen, 6 foot, 175, wide receiver, DB.
Torrey Watkins, 215, 6'3", tight end, inside backer.
Luke Anderson, 195, 5'11", defensive end and left guard.
Caleb Koffler, 5'11", 165, quarterback, DB.
Jaden Klops, 6 foot, 175, wide receiver, DB.
Ryder Wilkinson, 6'4", 200, wide receiver, safety.
Matthew Lilick, 5'10", 185, running back, DB.
Michael Fant, 210, 6'1", inside linebacker.
Austin Evans, 6'7", 270, offensive tackle, defensive tackle.
Matthew Mitchells, 5'9", 175, offensive guard and defensive end.
Jack Fullerton, 155, 5'9", wide receiver, DB.
Reggie Valmonte, 5'7", 170, wide receiver, DB.
Grayson LaFleur, 5'11", 200 pounds, outside linebacker and tight end.
Connor Putt, 6'1", 210 pounds, offensive tackle, defensive end.
Spencer DeHaan, 5'9", 160, running back and outside linebacker.
Jacob Erickson, 6'1", 205, center and DN.
Luke Owen, 6 foot, 170, center, inside backer.
Anthony Guerrero, 6'2", 250, right tackle and defensive tackle.
Chase Cumming, 5'4", 155, running back and D-line.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time. Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
And back here on STSPN, just about ready to go for the second half of this one, 49-0. Glacier Peak with the advantage. Amp Harrell, Todd Elvig here with you. And we are underway in the second half. Running clock will be in effect, by the way. And Jackson gets another good run back. Got some interesting scores to pass along as we get started. First of all, I show Kamiak with a 21-all tie with Lake Stevens. Did not see that one coming. Yeah, you had a good score as well from the Monroe Snohomish game. Was it 19-8 Monroe on top, or excuse me, Snohomish on top? 19-8, and that's what I show at the half. I don't know. That is a very good question. Back to work here with a big run up the left side for Jackson. Braden O'Donnell. And that clock continuing to bleed away.
There we go.
I think we will recognize the cheerleaders here in just a bit as we unstack this for the first down. Want to make sure our standout camera crew is ready for that when we are. And it looks like they've got in at quarterback Peyton Baxter still, the senior.
Oh,
and that's a false start. Jump the gun just a bit. The cheerleaders for Glacier Peak include Tabitha Biasco, Cheyenne Bigby, Dylan Carmen, Tatum Cone, Peyton Chin, Gabrielle Dellinger, Liliana Espinoza, Abigail Garner, and Cassidy Halverson. Also Ashlyn Hatch. We'll get the rest after this play. Snap and a give. And closing that hole, the big nose guard, Jordan Yandilla. Short gain for Jackson on the run by Dogan. Also on this cheerleading squad, Lindsay Koch, Avery Main, Bridget McDougall, Alex Peterson, Ellie Russell, Sarah Shaw, and Senna Suidam. That's your Glacier Peak cheerleaders for 21-22. Under 10 to play in the third. Snapping a quick handoff here, trying to turn the corner. No, sir. No, sir. Big tackle, Micah Harrelson on the run by O'Donnell. Glacier Peak just setting the edge and saying, no, you cannot beat us one-on-one.
You know, I got to tell you that this Kamiak score with Lake Stevens, that's a surprise, and it's probably the first contest Lake Stevens has had where it's been tied in like a couple of years.
They have been able to flex muscles and impose wills, and you got to wonder when it catches up to them. Screen incomplete.
Ooh.
Intended for O'Donnell. A little chippiness there at the end of it, but nothing enough to draw a foul. Trying to see if we have any other scores of note, because I had a whole lot of nothing. Let's see.
Everett beat Cascade, I believe.
Did not have that or didn't get there just yet. So 4th down and 12. Punt and time again for Jackson as the clock continues to run. Hesitation, rugby style kick. And that one will hop down to the 20 and roll to the 19, where it is touched down there by Alan Ginterman. So back to it go the Glacier Peak Grizzlies, up 49-0. Cedro Woolley trailing in the third, 21-0 to Burlington Edison. I have a final. Linden beat Archbishop Murphy, 38-14. Everett 16, Cascade 13, a final as well. And Silas out of Tacoma beats Bellevue Newport, or Newport Bellevue as it were, 44-0. Not that anyone up here cares. Snap and a give around the edge, and looks like we get a look at a new running back out there. I thought that was 20. That is Matt Lilich, the senior, getting the go there. Caleb Koffler, the backup quarterback, in. Luke Anderson among those on the offensive line right now. Ashton Olsen, receiver, to the near side of your screen. Just off the top of the 2 in 20-yard line. 2nd and 7. Snap, give Lilich. Moves a man out of his way, but he is cut down from behind by Ronnie Hamza. Receiver to the far side is Gabe Russell. And also out there, Jack Fullerton. Good job fighting through the line by the Jackson Timberwolves. 6:48 on the clock, bleeding away here in this second half. Glacier Peak doesn't have to do anything fancy here, just keep the clock moving, keep the yardage churning. And get out of here with a nice, solid win in the league. Straight drop, airs this one out, a little comebacker for Olsen, and he will squirt out to near the 40. Tackle made by Michael Lunan. So 1st and 10 once again for Glacier Peak. And GP not doing anything overly fancy. I'm surprised they put the ball in the air, but it'll keep the defense honest for the Timberwolves. Up front, setting the edge, Jake Reed. Far side is Anthony Guerrero. They'll go with the jet. Russell with a big opportunity, and he will follow in behind the block of Jake Reed for a nice chunk play, gain of about 8.
Jake Reed, he was a good Vikings player.
We do what we can with what we have, sir. Different spelling, I think. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Ginch back that way as well. Big set here. Stretched out in that pistol. Koffler, the give. New running back in there. Got small, got through, got to the second level and gets the first down. First run that I've seen for Chase Cumming. Getting your reserves and your seniors involved, very important in a game like this.
Yeah, I got to tell you that parents watching their kids play, that is all the money right there.
Absolutely. 57 on the edge. That is Amandeep Bansal. He'll actually be one of the inside linemen. Play fake. Looking. Koffler airs it out over the top. Has a man. Can't hook up. Incomplete. I think it was a little out in front of Olsen. But Koffler with a nice play fake. And Olsen could not haul it in. Defended by...
He wants that one back.
I'll go with Max Mechanic. Or Max Mechanic, excuse me. A lot of changes to this Jackson squad. Different numbers. Players joining in the middle of the season.
That's good, though.
2nd and 10. Jet motion comes across. Snap, give. Tailback with some room out in space. Has a good angle, has a blocker, and he's dragged down inside the 5, Matt Lilich. Tackle made by, we'll have to see. But he just runs past everybody. And I do love the hustle down the field for his blockers. Tackle made by Lunan again. In these kind of games, it's really easy to just, stick a stamp on it, throw it in the mailbox, mail it in. But no, these young men, for both sides, give it at maximum effort. Out there nudging in is Anderson. over the football mayor, I believe. Yes. Snap, give, Lilich walks in. Touchdown, Matt Lilich. Little icing on the cake with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. See how this one developed. Oh, okay. I think they pulled the guard, Luke Anderson, and he just ran some wham, went out and got somebody in the second level, which allowed the cutback lane off of that. I guess that was the C gap. Forgive me, I don't have coach here to just see this instinctively, but he's probably coaching the game.
Yeah, what a great guy, huh? Steve Hannon.
Snap, set, kick on the way into the night, and good. 56 love. We'll take a break. Back after this. STSPN. Back to it on STSPN, 56-0. The Glacier Peak Grizzlies have the lead. More scores working their way in. Bothell beats Bishop Blanchette, 46-21 your final. So we kind of knock on the bottom edge of our coverage area, if you will. And hey, plenty of scores to get to. Congrats to Everett beating Cascade by 3 tonight.
Give a shout out to the guys in the truck. There's great graphics.
Great graphics, great camera work. My spotter Johnny has had a tough night, but I've made him work for it. McAfee will just kind of squib this one, and it will go out of bounds. Hey, that's a smart play by Jackson to just stay away from it. It's one of those weird things in a culture that's obsessed with hustle and work ethic. Sometimes in football, the best thing you can do is nothing at all.
Well, I got to tell you what, all the football I've watched, everything bad happens when you go after a football. That's why they have the term whatever a football. You know, I don't want to say the word, but it looks like a monkey in a football. Because the football goes all over the place, and you start chasing it. You don't know where it's going to go. You touch it, there it is.
3 receivers the near side for Jackson. It's all Peyton Baxter since the late stages of the first half. Feels some pressure in his face, and then feels more pressure in his face and gets sacked. The initial scare, Matthew Michaels. He just got around the edge unblocked. Nobody picked him up, and cleaning it up was Anthony Guerrero, and it was probably Jordan Yandilla. I didn't see the other number. 2:30 and the clock runs. Second down. Snap, give around the edge. Some room to run, but streaking in Roman Foster on the stop. Braden O'Donnell gets some room, and the second down and short.
Where's KO tonight? Are they at Mariner?
Yes. Yes, they're doing the Mariner game. I erased it from my info, but they are, as we get reset, doing Mariner at Arlington. Mariner at Arlington tonight. Empty backfield, and then a straight run for Peyton Baxter. Putting his body on the line, following the block of Mark Clausen.
Yeah, Arlington surprised us last week by beating Marysville. That was a surprise because I just didn't think anybody was going to beat Marysville this year.
Well, Arlington is the number 2 in the North, regardless of how anything else shakes out. So they'll play Edmonds Woodway in the seeding games. Pass is incomplete. Looking for Jaden Dogan. Defending on the play, Owen Gluth. Under a minute to play in the third. This one's going to go by quickly, folks. Up 56-0 are the Grizzlies. Got your adrenaline fundraising player of the game coming up after this one's over with.
Yeah, we're actually going to try and get somebody up in the booth.
Gluth will get set. And a run up the middle for a gain of about 4. 30 seconds left in the third, and probably not a whole lot of hustle for Jackson in this one, but they're going to try and get one off. I don't think everybody was set, but no harm. Snap give up the middle. Big run and a first down for the Timberwolves.
Oop, flag down.
Are they going to say that somebody wasn't set? It was thrown upfield, though. Let's see what the decision is.
That was a heads-up play for Jackson because Glacier Peak was not ready. Oh.
It was a hold against a hold and a targeting again. It was an offsetting penalty. A hold against Jackson, targeting against or a hit to the head. I think they flagged that one on Liam Lennon, and they're going to wipe them both off, and we'll do it over again after this timeout. Fourth quarter upcoming on STSPN.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
You're up.
Back here on STSPN. 12 on the clock. Let's make it rock. 56-0. The Grizzlies have the lead at home on a whiteout night. 3rd and 5 for the visiting Jackson Timberwolves. Pistol set for reserve quarterback Jaden Baxter. He will waggle and drop this one off. Complete and nothing doing. Great open field tackle by Owen Gluth to stop number 22 from doing anything with it. So brings up 4th down again. GP is fired up as they will get another reserve onto the field. Actually, no, it's Anthony Guerrero. They were cheering like Rudy was coming into the ball game. I was like, no, he's one of the leading tacklers on this squad. Oh, it's a 4th down and 6, and they're going to go for it. Nothing to lose. Airing it out, right side. That's trouble. He did not hang on, but it was nearly intercepted. Liam Lennon, all 5'11" of him, goes up the ladder, and it's a turnover on downs. That was trouble.
I think he saw a teammate come in his direction, and that just took his eye off it for a second.
Yeah, 2 black shirts in the area. And instead, it's just a turnover on downs. Clock will run. 56-0. Guerrero will stay out there, apparently. Along with 53, that is Luke Owen. Folks showing their school spirit on a whiteout night. Ashmark right. And now we have whistles. Timeout taken Jackson on defense. Didn't expect that one. Take a quick timeout and be right back. 10:23 left. Clock stopped in the fourth on STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Back here on STSPN, steamrolling our way towards the finish here. 56-0. Grizzlies on top with the football. Stick around after this one for the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game. Going to try and get the interview as well. Snapping a quick handoff, fighting his way through traffic and spinning his way ahead is the 5'6", 150-pound senior running back Chase Cumming. Off the handoff from Caleb Koffler. About 10 minutes left in regulation here. All Grizzlies. They scored their first touchdown in the opening minute and 1 second, and the Grizz have not looked back. They've changed personnel quite well also. It hasn't just been the Trey Lechner show. 3 touchdowns from Ryan King. Jaden Claps on the end around. Had one early as well. He took a punt to the house, but was called back on a hold. Carry this time by Chrisvin Bonche, or Bonchi. He is a sophomore at 5'10", 155. Penalty marker down. It's against the Timberwolves. 9:18 and the clock continues to bleed. Ginch back up there, appears to be number 9, Tyler Kinney. As we will walk this personal foul off. That is no bueno for Jackson. Single receiver to the near side. I think that is Jack Fullerton. Give, tailback. In space, absorbs a tackle and keeps going. Chrisvin Bonchi. A big run and just continuing to run the ball and run the clock. This has been methodical for Coach Shane Keck. He's got himself something built here. A chance to perhaps even move up to second place in the standings. Penalty against Glacier Peak this time. Things are getting a little sloppy with the second and third teamers out there, but holding against Glacier Peak, and that'll mark it back. First down and 17. Line to gain is essentially this side of the 10. Pistol set, short side left. Jet motion, fumble, and falling back on it, Caleb Koffler. Gabe Russell took off without the ball. Just some difficulty in that relationship, and ball squirts out. Discretion, the better part of valor, as your senior backup quarterback, Caleb Koffler, just eats it. Goes down as a sack. 7:30 and the clock runs. Looking to the sideline to Coach Keck and company for the call on second down and 22. 2 receivers to the near side. Jackson showing blitz. They will get into the backfield and drop Bonchi. I think the first guy there was 54, Michael Fant. 7 to the game for Jackson. That's 19. And again, some late additions to the team, I think, for Jackson. So I apologize to the families. I don't have everybody. Jake Hefner will trot out there. Ronnie Hamza's had himself a pretty solid game for the Timberwolves. Pistol set again for Koffler. Play fake, pressure comes, pumps, and dumps that one off. Incomplete, intended for Crispin Banshi. Trying to set up the screen, but defended well backside by Amandeep Bansal. 6 minutes to go before this one's in the books. 56-0. We don't know Glacier Peak's game coming up. We don't know where they'll wind up with the way that 4A is set up. However, my broadcast partner, Mr. Todd Elvig, has some ideas. Meanwhile, Snohomish with the lead on Monroe. That would set up their game against Ferndale on the 29th as a 1v1 seeding game. Delay of game against Glacier Peak on a 4th down and, I don't know, an opposing campus perhaps. 4th down and call it the Jackson softball field. About 5 minutes to go before this one is put to bed. Give, new running back in there this time with some room to run and a little wiggle for Spencer DeHont. And Spencer will make something out of nothing. And that will turn the ball over on downs on that 4th down non-conversion. A couple more subs will check in. Matthew Michaels and Brody Johnson. Clock stopped on the injured player out there for Jackson, and he will get hauled to his feet. It has been a tough night. Number 19 will walk off under his own power. So it will result in a 1st down here for the Jackson Timberwolves, trailing 56-0 on the road. Let's see what else they have. Probably the last drive for the T-Wolves in this one, unless they get something going, or if this GP reserve defense stiffens up. Hustling off the field, Luke Anderson to get a breather. Fullerton will play cornerback. 1st and 10 from their own 23. A little miscommunication there, and running for his life, Baxter dumps that one off. Incomplete off the hand of Aaron Duana Fayavong.
I think that was supposed to be a fake.
Yeah, supposed to be a fake, or he was supposed to give the ball, but there was literally no one there.
I think we can give away our player of the game.
Okay, we'll award our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game, and that will be with 3 touchdowns in a reserve role, Ryan King for Glacier Peak. 3:40 to go. Give near side and trying to break free, trying to do something, Aiden Lundquist, but grab cloth, hold on. Good fundamental play here. Grabbing cloth is Tyler Kinney, making the most of his playing time. Love the helmet stickers, by the way. Our high-definition cameras with our camera crew. About 3 minutes to go before this one's in the books. Straight drop. Airs this one out. Intercepted. Intercepted, playing center field again. And just sliding down and taking a knee. Smart play by Ryder Wilkinson. Wilkinson, 6'4", $190, and he's a senior, and that is a senior play in a game like this.
Ryder Wilkinson, he's just a phenomenal athlete. He plays the lacrosse, too, and it's amazing.
He's a ball hawk. I mean, he has been everywhere on this field, making a lot of tackles and blocking and doing all the little things. But yeah, at a game like this, when your backup tailback gets 3 touchdowns, kind of hard to deny him the shirt. Ryan King. Though I want the record to show I did make a case for McAfee, the kicker.
You did.
Snap, give, big run, rumbling, stumbling, bumbling, still on his feet, breaking through to the second level and crawling down to the 3. Give him the touchdown. Spencer DeHaan comes up just short, and you know they're giving the rock to that big boy. I think everybody in this building knows that Spencer is getting that ball. 5'9", $155. I use the term big boy loosely. Minute 40 and the clock runs. Pistol, give, DeHaan, driving, powering. He is in. Is he in? Yes, he is in. Touchdown, Spencer DeHaan.
What a great night for that young man.
That is an outstanding moment for Spencer DeHaan. He is a senior, and he will have that to cherish right there. I love that. 90 seconds left. Clock is stopped for the extra point. Sam McAfee. McAfee, also a senior. Out of the hold of the backup quarterback, Caleb Koffler, who's gone the whole way this second half. Snap set, kick on the way. It is good. McAfee has been perfect on point afters tonight. We'll step aside for a break. 63-0. Grizzlies on top on STSPN.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Back to it. You got to feel for the cheerleaders out of view of our main camera angle there. They were finishing off more push-ups. Yeah, they're putting themselves back together. They've had to do a push-up, I think, every single time that they've scored. I think they only have to do 7 each touchdown, but there are 63 points on the board. So
that's good for them.
Yeah, your bases may be more used to that than the Flyers. The Flyers don't typically do the weight training, from what I understand. Still, just been a marquee night for Glacier Peak, and it feels like football. It really does, with the crisp snap in the air. Got some seeding games next week. 63-0. Taking care of business.
Boy, I tell you what, Jackson's got a couple people that are going to come up big. You got that quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Taken by Dogan, and he will get spun down. Have yourself a day, Owen Gluth.
There's your number 6.
Yeah. Gluth has been flying around like crazy. Oh, I see why the crowd cheered. I didn't see the wrap up. He got the left arm up there and grabbed the waist as he slid down. You don't really teach it any better than that. Maybe keep your pins a little longer, but yeah, perfect. Jackson, the quarterback you were talking about is Hawkeye Delgado. Aaron Duana-Fayavong is a pretty solid option as well, utilized in a lot of different situations. Braden O'Donnell can fly around a little bit, and James Yoon, the senior kicker and punter, he's been pretty special too. Keeping it on the ground, new running back out there. I do not have a 42, so Ruben Hernandez perhaps.
We want to remind Scott, who couldn't make it tonight, that next time try and get your chores done.
Hey, you gotta take care of the responsibilities. Give around the edge once again by perhaps Hernandez. And that'll basically put this thing to bed. 2-1, and it's done. 63-0. Complete domination by the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. Get to the handshake line. I think we should get to another break here. And, well, we've already awarded our player of the game, so that's normally what we step aside to discuss here. Our Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game is Ryan King, 6 foot, 190. Look for number 10 as he goes through the handshake line. Just a phenomenal game for him and a phenomenal game for this whole squad for GP. And I will be fully transparent. I don't know what the future holds for GP because of the way that the 4A seating is done.
We don't have an updated. We can go look to see if we can get an updated score on that Lake Stevens and.
Yeah, we can do that. Why don't we do that in this first break, shall we?
Okay.
We'll step aside for a break. Back after this. STSPN.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy that exude from this special place, one cup at a time.
No, you're good.
Yeah, you're good. We're just talking amongst ourselves. Am I on that headset? Oh. And back here on STSPN. And we have a score update of note. Lake Stevens leads over Kamiak 35-28 is your score. 35-28 in the fourth quarter. Don't know how much time is left, but we are welcoming up our player of the game, our Adrenaline Fundraising player of the game, Mr. Ryan King, joining us up here. And we're getting everything set up. But Adrenaline Fundraising proud to sponsor the player of the game, because if you want to bring the adrenaline to your fundraising event, contact Adrenaline Fundraising. They'll get you taken care of. Ryan King joining us, and appreciate you coming all the way up here. Well, good win, good game.
Yeah, thank you.
We're getting our equipment set up here. We're a person short this week, but first of all, congratulations. How does it feel to get a 63-0 win over Jackson?
It feels great. We just got to keep on working now for next week against Lake Stevens, because they're a tough team. But
yeah.
That's the score right now?
Yeah, the score is 35-28. Lake Stevens with the lead in the fourth, but Kamiak has given them an absolute run. But before we move on to next week, let's enjoy this one. 3 touchdowns in the first half for you?
Yep.
Yeah, how did that feel?
It felt great, but I couldn't have done it without the line. They did it all, really.
We do give the line a lot of love on these broadcasts for sure.
Yeah.
But whether it's you, whether it's some dude by the name of Lechner, whether it's River Lean, you guys have been able to run quite a bit this season, and definitely tonight too.
Yeah.
So drop some names of your linemen, because I recognize them as much as I can, but sure it means more coming from you.
Luke Owen stepped up tonight a lot for Jacob. Joseph did really good. Just everyone, really. Austin Emmons, he's a real big dude.
We love Austin Emmons. And also his buddy Jordan Yandilla as well.
Oh, yeah, Jordan did good tonight, too.
Groceries.
Yeah,
groceries.
Everyone did good.
Yes. So what was the game plan going into this one, knowing that you could probably do some things through the air or on the ground? Was it a different game plan, or was it just we're going to run our stuff?
It was just the same thing it's always been. Just trying to do it, no penalties, but that didn't really turn out that good. But
yeah. What's it feel like for the reserves? Because, you're backing up one of the best running backs in the state, and you got some run tonight, and the guys down the depth chart, running backs and wide receivers, all got to get involved. How great was that?
It was nice, of course. I'm always going to support Trey whenever he's running around everywhere and doing his thing. But, yeah, felt great.
So you are the You are the adrenaline fundraising player of the game, and let's talk quickly before we get you your shirt about Lake Stevens. I mean, we know what they can do. What have you guys been doing in practice? What's the discussion been like about Lake?
You know, we just can't mess up that game. We can't make dumb mistakes, and we just have to really play everything perfect. And if we do that, I think we can win.
Okay, you heard it here first. Any final thoughts? Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just really our whole line again.
Yeah, offensive line for sure. That is our adrenaline fundraising player of the game, Mr. Ryan King. Congratulations, and
thank you.
And go get him next week. Got to enjoy the shirt. All right, I think that's gonna pretty well put her to bed here. We'll step aside and actually we'll just close it out right now. Your final score: 63-0. The band plays on at Veterans Memorial Stadium. For my broadcast partner Todd Elvig, this is Amp Harrell, and this has been another presentation of STSPN.